Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, channel about marriage to a woman from the Philippines. I've been married 8 years and 7 months, so please subscribe and leave a comment. This TikTok comment here is about someone being scared to travel there to the Philippines alone. So I wanted to talk briefly about that. When I went to the Philippines in 2015, I had never flown internationally. I might have flown twice in my life over, at that time, 53 years. And I was so eager to go and meet my wife. I went there to marry her. That kind of helped me to not think too much about the the newness of the whole thing and the unexpected and what could go wrong. But sometimes it takes something like that to drive you to go there. When I first got to LAX, which was going to be my third flight as part of 4 flights, I showed up late and the plane had already boarded and I didn't know what to do. And long story short, I did get on board, and I think they did hold up the flight for me as I was scrambling around trying to talk to the Filipinos there at LAX, say, hey, I'm going there to get married. I got to get on that plane. I didn't know what to do. I never traveled like that before, where you got all these connecting flights and don't know where to go. You're supposed to take a shuttle, and LAX is a massive airport. So that is a concern, but all you can do about that is what I tried to do, I guess didn't do well enough, was meet with my travel agent, same one we use on all our flights, and make sure that I have everything covered. With 4 flights there and 4 flights back, I want to make sure about checking in and what that even means. Am I going to be using a kiosk? Do I got to ask somebody to help me do something or print tickets when we get there? The whole thing was new to me, and I almost, flubbed it up big time. And just ask for help. Make sure you know exactly, okay, what do I need to know when I get here? And what do I need to know when I get to my next stop? And just everything you have to know. And just try to get that all down on paper and make sure it's right. Check it when you're on the plane. As far as being scared, a person could be afraid of, being out there by themselves. Our place is in Davao, and there's a mall not too far away, and we usually get a family member to take us over there. Sometimes we get a ride back from just anybody, and that's fine, but my wife would prefer that I not go out there by myself, and I never have. So I think that's because there is a concern, if you are a foreigner, that you might, you could get ambushed. I'm not saying this is likely to happen, but it has, where you take a taxi or whatever form of travel, and you get dropped off somewhere because maybe you're not exactly sure the route they're supposed to take, so you're not really sure if they're going the right place or not, or if it's taking longer than it should. And then they take you there, and they've texted a couple people to meet you there and jump you and take your wallet. So the way to avoid that, and please leave comments if you've ever been the victim of something like this happening in the Philippines. The reason I think for us that doesn't happen is I'm always with my wife, and she insists I'm always with her. I may go in the neighborhood while it's light out and walk around, as far as I'm safe to get back. The house is kind of out in the jungle. I don't venture too far, but I would be careful, because as a tourist, as somebody that's not, usually there, even in Davao, you stand out. I don't see many foreigners in Davao City, Philippines, not when we've been there, and I've been there 5 times. So, you're not familiar with your surroundings, and when people are desperate, they will steal. You have to be careful about pickpockets. You don't want to go with your money easily able to be reached. You don't want to be waving your phone around, so you carry something like my wife got for me, where we just put the cash that we need in it, and it goes in a little pouch around my waist, and could probably put it underneath my shirt, so they might not even know it was there. It would be really hard to pickpocket. But as far as being afraid, I mean, you just have to get the best instruction you can. If a person, I'm just saying this to anybody in general, ask the woman you're meeting in the Philippines to help you get there. She will probably want to meet you there, to keep you from, I guess, being overtaken with another opportunist Filipina's beauty. And so to keep you safe, she probably wants to be there. Not just she doesn't trust you, but she knows how some women can be over there. And she doesn't want you to get taken advantage of. And they were having this bullet scam, the first time or second time I went there, maybe when we went back and together, and we had the luggage all wrapped up completely, because they would take drugs or a bullet and put it in there. Say, what are you doing with this bullet in the airport or these drugs? I'm going to get you in trouble. Give me $1,000 and I'll make this go away. You know, stuff like that. You end up in jail if you don't pay a certain amount of money. But I haven't heard of that for a while, so I think that's done. Just, be careful. Don't be too trusting. I hate to say. When we were there at a grocery store in the mall, my wife's brother said that when I was just kind of meandering around by myself, that there were a couple suspicious guys, or there were guys looking at me suspiciously, and he kind of thought maybe they were going to try to do something. You never know. One person comes around and bumps you, and the next guy takes something out of your if you have a bag like I carry around, then so he reported them and just said keep an eye on them, because they were eyeballing me because I was a foreigner. And another time we turned around because the police, just the police, were there. Might have been on motorcycles, and they turned around. I said, why are you turning around? It's over there. And, well, the police. You just never know. Sometimes the police can be corrupt, and they can see you and say, okay, we can try to get some money out of this guy because he's thousands of miles away. He doesn't know what he's doing, even though I was with some family members. So to me, the best thing you can do is stay close to her family, or stay close to that Filipina. She knows how to keep you safe and the best way to help you get around. And that's all I can really say about that. There are some places in Mindanao which are not safe. And I mean, if you're right in the heart of some unsafe area, I would not go there. But for the most part, you're going to be okay. But realize you're in another country and you are somewhat at risk, at least in my opinion. I'm always careful when I'm out there. I feel safe walking through the malls by myself, but as far as going back out, wandering around, asking for a ride, who knows? Then it could get a little bit risky, or not, but it's just something that you have to be aware of. But generally it's safe. People fly in and out of there all the time. Speaking of Westerners. So I hope that helps. It's just my take on this safety. Some people say never ever go there. You look on your travel website and it might say do not go to the Philippines, it's unsafe. Well, that's like a tiny part of it, tiny area, and it might be perfectly safe everywhere else. So if you're not sure, ask some other people, watch some other videos from people that would know. Till then, we'll have another video here on Love Beyond the Sea.